Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the unit circle and terminal points and how do you get those terminal points in the units about. We're going to start looking at an introduction to radians and what we mean by radian also. Okay. Now, if you remember, the unit circle is a circle of radius 1 that's centered at the origin. The equation of the unit circle is x squared plus y squared equals 1. And that says the same thing I just said, centered at the origin with a radius 1. Also, please remember that the circumference of a circle, that formula in general, the circumference is equal to 2 pi times the radius. So with a unit circle, what that gives us, because our radius is 1, the distance all the way around the circle is 2 pi. So if I stay on the circle and walk all the way around it, that distance is 2 pi. Okay, now let's get some special angles out of the way first. If I only go halfway around the circle, well, if all the way around it is 2 pi, then halfway around it would be pi. Okay, and if I cut it up into quarters, well, if I go from here to here, well, half of pi is pi over 2. I'm not cut it up into quarters, cut up into halves. So what you do with unit circles, you go around in units of pi, and you're going to deal with fractions, and you deal with fractions in different denominators. But, so if you start at 0, go a quarter of the way, I get pi over 2, go another quarter of the way, I get pi. I'm going around in halves now. I mean, think of it as here is pi, from here to here is pi, that's pi over 2, another half will be pi, another half. This is 2 pi over pi, this will be 3 pi over 2. Go another half, I get 4 pi over 2. 4 pi over 2 is 2 pi. Okay? Now, in this book, they talk about terminal points, and if t is a positive number, you're going to go around a counterclockwise direction. If t is a negative number, you go in a clockwise direction. So, if they might ask you, what is the terminal point of pi? Well, the terminal point of pi means that you start at 0, you go in a counterclockwise way, until you get pi units around, until the length of your arc is pi units. And the terminal point would be that point on the unit circle, which in the case of pi would be the point -1, 0. And a little bit later in another video, we're going to see there's a bunch more terminal points. Unit circle is very important, guys. Okay? Now, let's say that you went -3 pi over 2. What's the terminal point of -3 pi over 2? Well, -3 pi over 2 means that you're going in a clockwise way, and if you go -3 pi over 2 units, you're going to be going 3/4 of the circle. You're going to be up here. The terminal point would be 0, 1. All right? Now, also keep in mind that one time around the unit circle is 2 pi. We say that's 2 pi radians. Okay? Also remember, this is 360 degrees if you go halfway around. Or all the way around, rather. If you go halfway around, that's 180 degrees. So that gives us a couple conversion factors we're going to need. We can say that 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. Now looking at that equation, or that conversion factor, you can divide both sides by 2. If I divide 2 pi, and I should put radians in parentheses, if I divide 2 pi by 2, I get pi. So I got pi radians, and 360 divided by 2 is 180. So we get 180 degrees. And that's a conversion factor we use quite a bit to convert from degrees into radians and from radians into degrees. Radians is another way of measuring an angle without units. Degrees are a unit, okay? But radians, a radian is really the length of the arc of a circle, okay? Now, I think I'm going to stop this video there, then we'll come back and we're going to fill in the unit circle on another video. All right? So, good luck. Hope that helps you find the terminal points of a unit circle. We're going to come back and actually create a unit circle. Thank you.